The Western Conference playoffs roll on. We're already down to the wire in the first round, an exciting Game 7. 2K Sports proud to bring you this one. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me for... They haven't played their best basketball. Now they find themselves in a do-or-die Game 7. They thought they would have wrapped up this series much earlier, but that's not the case.
Kev, they've just lacked consistency throughout the course of this series. I don't know if they came in overconfident, but this is the time to check those individual egos at the door. Come together as a group and play for one another. And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
And sometimes getting that first bucket puts momentum in your corner, but we'll just have to see.
Richard, when it comes to Draymond Green, we know about his defense, but what does he give you offensively?
I think it starts with his passing. Not many big men can do what he does the way he does it. And especially effective when he's hitting the three ball, stretching the floor, allowing for more space for his shooter.
Great, since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals, the Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
Deciding where to go with it. And the three ball is good.
So challenging to guard in pick and rolls. Curry excels at exploiting the defense in these sets.
Van Vliet against Curry. Here's Green. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. Just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Green with a screen on Van Vliet from deep three-point territory. Curry can't get it to go. For Houston, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Brooks kicks to Green. Launches a 3. Rebound by Butler. Golden State's gone 1-2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Curry. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Curry's got 5.
Making use of the in-between area. Curry's ability to break defenses down opens up these shots.
Back to Van Vliet. Shot clock at 6. The 15-footer, good.
And the stroke of Van Vliet is so nice, proving once again why he's so valuable to this team.
Golden State moving it around. Podziemski with it. He's against Green, and he gets it to go.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
I had a chance to talk with the head coach, Ime Udoka. Now, I asked Coach what the game plan was when it comes to defending Jimmy Butler, and he said to me, we have to make sure we match his energy level. Jimmy is one of those guys that goes all out every second. We want our guys to do the same on D. It won't be easy, but they think they found a way to contain him. Guys?
Thank you, David. And Alperen Şengün continues to prove himself, RJ, as one of the game's most promising big men.
A lot of it is because of his passing ability, Kevin. Shades of Nikola Jokic out there. Having a big man who can distribute like Şengün is a real luxury.
From deep three-point land. Shot by Podziemski, no good. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Thompson finds Green. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. And Thompson gets it to go.
Timing and athleticism. That's how Thompson won himself the second opportunity.
Outside Butler. Back to Curry. Shoots over Van Vliet. Curry can't get it to go. Rockets have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Outside, Green. Pass to Şengün. Beyond the arc. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
And Green slams it in.
How about the execution inside by Green? He's excellent at knowing when to attack down low.
Houston's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Green against Şengün. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. A three-pointer is right on target.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc, Hammond will blow right by you.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Houston with a big group substitution here. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Jabari Smith comes in for Amen Thompson. Tari Eason's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And Cam Whitmore's subbed in for Fred Van Vliet. Different look here for the Warriors. As Jackson Davis is checked in for Green. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Moody. Payton, he's checked in for Brandon Podziemski. And Hield subbed in for Stephen Curry. Whitmore finds Adams. Pass to Green. Back to Adams. Outside, Green. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Now Jackson Davis. To the paint. Here's Butler. Banked in off the glass.
Not many guys with Butler's build have his skill set inside.
For Houston, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Smith sets the pick for Green. Pass to Eason. Butler against Smith. Green with the ball. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Just a beautiful jump shot. Green is the prototype NBA 2-guard.
Butler against Smith. Out to Payton. Over Whitmore. And he was able to put it up in time, but it doesn't fall. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Houston on top, up by 3. And we're back courtside at Game 7 as this series comes to a head. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
Outside Curry. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
So, RJ, the Rockets last year, they were exactly at 500. 41 up and 41 down.
Still, they missed the play-in by 5 games. In the East, they easily are in. That just tells you how difficult a rebuild in the Western Conference is. And Houston is up against it.
Holiday, the pass to Şengün. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. Warriors trail by 3. Outside Curry. Hield outside. Jackson Davis with it. Şengün's there. Jackson Davis finds Curry. Shoots the three. Another miss by Curry. Rockets leading by 3. Smith on the wing. Pass to Holiday. Now Şengün. Here's Eason. Still yet to score. Tries from 16. And it's Whitmore missing.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Payton kicks to Curry. Curry goes inside. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8.
That's on the defense there. Can't let Curry get into the lane.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. For the Rockets, Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Cam Whitmore. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Aaron Holiday. Then for the Warriors, Green, he's checked in for Trace Jackson Davis. And it's Brandon Podziemski in for Heel. VanVleet against Curry. VanVleet with the bucket.
Found some space to get off the mid-range, and he'll do damage from there if you let him.
And VanVleet, not the same scorer he once was, Richard, but he has improved his playmaking.
And that's the adjustment that VanVleet needed to make. The scoring doesn't always have to be there for him. But if he can set up, facilitate, and be a game manager, he'll find a large role. He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Alperen Şengün is a weapon on the block. Coach Ime Udoka said there are not a ton of true low-post threats in the NBA nowadays. Joel Embiid, Jokic, I don't know how many others there are anymore. Alpe's had success against pretty much everybody that's guarded him. Kevin, his footwork is indeed high level.
DA totally agree. Great footwork. Moves on moves, I've always said. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot, can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Pass to Şengün. Outside, Green. Drills the three-pointer. Green's got 7 points in the game.
And it's encouraging to watch Green knock down the triple. Needs to keep doing this.
Green with the screen on Thompson. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
And the Rockets making a change here. VanVleet's checked in.
And unafraid to challenge the heart of this defense. VanVleet's a strong finisher for his size.
Outside Butler. Down low to stop the run. And they pick up 2.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Thompson outside. Back to VanVleet. Green with the block.
No matter what night it is, Green seeks to intimidate and more often than not succeeds.
Curry passes to Green. Here's Podziemski. Golden State moving it around. Pass to Green. Back to Moody. Curry outside. Şengün with the rebound.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
And that one, good. Şengün's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Great recognition of the mismatch of using the smaller defender.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. checked in for the Rockets. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for the Warriors. .102 left in the first half. On the wing, Hield. Green with a screen for Hield. Pass to Green. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
That's just bully ball. Green knows where he wants to go, and no one can do anything about it.
Smith outside. Brooks with it. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It goes on Moses Moody. You talk about reputations, RJ. Few have one like Dylan Brooks.
I'll give it to this man. He is fearless. He doesn't care if it's Steph, LeBron, his mom, whoever. Dylan is trying to get in their heads. You want guys like that on your side.
And there's a flexibility to Brooks' game. He can play a specific role for you, or he can be a high-usage guy. Really depends on what a team needs from night to night.
17 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Van Vliet, and he lays it straight in. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 10 now for the Rockets.
Oh, tricky play by Van Vliet to beat the close coverage, slipping pass there for the finish.
And the shot goes down. And so it's the Houston Rockets in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back right after this.
And it's the 2K halftime show, Game 7, and the story so far is the quality start for the Houston.
You hear that?
Yeah.
That's the sound of the offense. They were absolutely humble.
Looking at the scenario for the Houston Rockets. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third.
And we're happy to have you back for more playoff basketball here in round 1. Curry with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
Warriors trail by 8. Outside, Green. Outside, Curry. That 3 off the mark. Houston's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And Şengün throws it down.
Get him the ball anywhere close to the hoop. That thing's over.
The Warriors shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Right side, Butler. Back to Podziemski. Van Vliet against Curry. Green with a screen on Van Vliet. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Curry. The Rockets pull it in. Şengün's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Green with the rebound.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Another shot. Here's Butler. Jimmy Butler finds a way through inside.
You know, the way Butler handles himself in the paint, it's really impressive. Just kind of out-muscles and outworks anything the defense throws at him.
Oh, they keep the ball out of the cylinder, but pick up a foul in the process. 2 shots at the line.
And And you know what? Saved what was likely to be a dunk.
Rockets have shot 50% from the line today. 3 for 6.
Thompson is one of the best pure athletes to come into the league in quite some time. He's fast, and boy, can he fly.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. It's Curry outside, and the rebound goes to the Rockets. Van Vliet passes to Thompson. Here's Green. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. 9 points for Jalen Green.
You can tell Green likes to move quickly. He gets that ball, and he's taking the shot in just a few seconds.
Butler deciding where to go with it. It's Curry outside. Drains it from beyond the arc. Curry's got 13 points.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Brooks kicks to Van Vliet. Now here's Brooks, defended by Moody. Green, no luck.
They had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Now here's Curry. He's got 13. Pass to Butler. 6 to shoot. And they double up Butler. This one for 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
There is the all-around game of Butler. A nice assist to cash in on that possession.
Houston leading by 6. Outside, Green. And it's Curry with the rebound. Through traffic, count it! Oh!
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
All the momentum seems to be running in their favor. They're close to taking the lead.
Pass to Şengün. Van Vliet outside. Houston needs to get a shot off. And Şengün gets it to go on the assist from Van Vliet.
And great find by Van Vliet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success. The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
But it took them a little while to get there. Just goes to show, as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
Tari Eason's checked in for Brooks. And the Warriors also making a change. Payton's checked in. Here's Thompson. The Rockets with another miss.
Well, the defense didn't have any impact on that shot, but somehow he still misses it.
It's stolen by Green. Thompson in the post, defended by Payton, and Thompson gets it to go.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Pass to Payton. Here's Podziemski. Inside, and stolen by Şengün. Van Vliet against Curry. Van Vliet passes to Thompson. Now here's Van Vliet. Tight defense on him. Thompson sets the pick for Green. To the inside. Nice shot by Thompson. And now it's an 8-point Houston lead.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
Curry finds Podziemski. Pass to Butler. Outside for Curry. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Curry's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Warriors. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. For the Rockets, Steven Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Jabari Smith comes in for Thompson. And Cam Whitmore's subbed in for Fred VanVleet. Then for the Warriors, Trayce Jackson-Davis is checked in for Draymond Green. Kuminga comes in for Brandon Podziemski. And it's Buddy Hield in for Stephen Curry. To the middle, here's Jackson-Davis.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
Rockets leading by 3. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Whitmore with it. Screen by Smith. Releases from 15 to the left wing. Eason gets a wide open look. Good on the triple. Eason's got 5.
Draw them in and kick it out. Great execution to open up an easy look from outside.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Rockets lead by 6. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
NBA playoff round 1. Thanks for joining us as we get back to the action on the court. Holiday against Curry. Pass to Şengün. And Şengün throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Curry against Holiday. Up top, Curry. Floats one up. The focus from Curry. Gets it to fall inside.
What focus from Curry on offense so far, doing everything he can to provide a lift for his squad.
Pass to Şengün. Buries it down low. And the Rockets lead by 8.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
Holiday against Curry. Trying for the hoop. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The greatest shooter ever, Steph Curry. You played with him. What was it like seeing him day in and day out?
I had the pleasure of playing with Steph the first year he broke the NBA record for threes in a season. And when I tell you he was just scratching the surface, he was always looking to push the boundaries, to see what he can do, and to work at every aspect of his shooting.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Rockets. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And also, guys, the confidence to keep taking the three. It's been falling, so they've got to keep going back to it.
The 17-footer. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Looney kicks to Curry from the high post. Out to the wing. Here's Kuminga. Bangs home the trifecta.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
Let's get an update on Amen Thompson. What's the status, David?
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with the head athletic training for the Rockets. It was confirmed that the ankle did turn and it has significant swelling. He can put very little weight on it right now. A very unlucky break considering the playoffs are just getting started. Kevin, hopefully he doesn't miss any time.
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And you never want to speculate. So it's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts.
Houston making some changes. Amen Thompson, he's checked in for Smith. Dylan Brooks comes in for Tari Eason. And Jalen Green subbed in for Cam Whitmore. Then for the Warriors, Draymond Green, he's checked in for Kevon Looney. Jimmy Butler comes in for Kuminga. And it's Moses Moody in for Gary Payton. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. During the last break, got to listen in on Ime Udoka's huddle with his team. He put it on them. He said, guys, we've got a chance to win this one. When you've got a chance to close this team out, we can't let it go to waste. We'll see if they can seize the moment, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. 6 on the shot clock. Green inside the three-point line. They get it back. Thompson finds Brooks. They shoot again. The shot by Thompson, no good. Warriors have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Shot by Podziemski, no good. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Houston. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Van Vliet outside. There's 1:54 left in the fourth. Another miss by Houston.
And the defense was right on him there. Nice contest.
It's to Curry. And Stephen Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
And that's a block right there. He swats that ball away with some energy.
And well, they didn't make it this far by giving up easy ones. And now their defense is in overdrive.
Van Vliet against Curry. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Şengün.
Oh no, that was a huge turnover. That cannot happen at this point in the game.
Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. To take the lead. The shot by Curry, no good. What an opportunity here.
Yeah, chance to take the lead. This is huge.
Brooks, the pass to Van Vliet. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Well, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
And usually you want to go for the 2-for-1 here to maximize the clock.
When it is crunch time and you've got Stephen Wardell Curry, the game plan is simple. Get him the ball.
He sinks sinks the clutch free throw.
And in a close game like this, they can really rely on him to take care of business at the line.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. But given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
Hey, they do have enough time here if they shoot quickly to get the 2-for-1. We'll see if they try.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
If they've got a surefire, quick bucket play, let's just say now's the time to use it.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Şengün with the screen for Van Vliet. Clock at 6. Got it!
Boy, where's the effort defensively? You have got to put up a better fight.
Yeah, these teams have kind of decided to fight this battle on scoring alone. There's not that much intensity on defense.
And here is Curry. Puts up a deep three. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And they're going to move on to the conference semifinals. Thrilling fashion, guys, taking round one in what certainly will go down. Guys, it's one of the most competitive series this year.
And you always love a game set and no disappointment here. And these guys are ready and excited for round two. Maybe a bit tired, but the adrenaline is still pumping.
Well, that'll do it for now. Glad you could join us for the first round of the Western Conference playoffs. So for our reporter, David Aldridge, and our analysts, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching tonight's game. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Alperen Şengün.